Mila Raza in the house. Let's go. Oh, sorry, I'm having a good day. You're all at the mercy of that. Often imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no hair that shouts like Rick Woo! Rick Woo! Ric Flair! Woo! The Raider Bear! Ah! You know it's good when you can see it through the sweater. A Raider! All right, enough. A Raiders! It's my weekend, okay? I can be loud if I want to. For my family, the Raza, the nation. The nation. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all tuning in. Alexa, pause. Sup. Consider a subscription to Raider Bear family page. It's just $5 a month. You can cancel anytime. If you add it all up, it's $60 for the entire year. It's pretty cool. You'd be helping us out a lot because we do a lot with charities. We especially still in California, but also we're working with Arizona now. And so we're doing big things. And stars contributed to the show really help us out a lot with that. So FYI. And if you're on YouTube, it's free. So if you don't subscribe to me on YouTube, I won't talk to you. All right. Tradish! Raider Bear Live. First comment. Woo! MVP tonight goes to Tony Make It Dip. One of my favorite nicknames ever. Tony Make It Dip, okay? Oh, if we had gone to the club back in the day, I mean, it's the bear and Make It Dip. What's up? Oh, we'd have gotten so much trouble, Tony. Second place, my silver medal, DPC. Woo! David Pell Cliver. You know, David, I used to always keep a big sword or something like that over here for you, and you would win because you used to win that often. But now, you know, now you're just normal human. Third place, my bronze medal goes to Cody Palmer. Cody, sup? He wrote, yo, bear. I like that. I got a hey, bear from Tony Make It Dip. I got a what up, bear from David Pell Cliver. And I got a yo, bear. It's Cody. And we're all cool like that. Kim Calhoun, what's up? Watching me from YouTube. Appreciate that love. Tell me something good. Will, stop. I see I walked in on it again. Will wait a couple days and not do it and then just suddenly drop one on me and I read it and then I'm stuck. Then I think of that song. And Anna Diaz Rincon. What's up, Anna? Welcome to the show. My first supporter ever and has been supporting me longer than anyone else. And she's awesome. Robert Cortez. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. I like that bike. Yes, Kim. 10 years. Congratulations do go out to moi. Nothing wrong with having a good day. I appreciate that, love. Rosanna Pucci. Oh, wow. Hi, Rosanna. Shane Make It. Oh, that's my guy right there. Shane Street. What's up, man? Welcome. Mike Ref. Hey, Bear, do you think AP will be our head coach? Well, we know where Max Crosby stands on it now because he's gone out on a limb and basically said, I want that guy to be my coach or I'm going to request a trade. Now, whenever you hear players talk like that, you have to take it with a grain of salt. In other words, no matter what he's saying, he could mean that on Monday and not mean it on Tuesday like that. You know what I mean? And it's not because he's a flip-flopper. It's just because the information changes. Maybe Mark Davis reaches out to him and says, hey, you know, we're not going to hire AP, but I'm going to hire Mike Vrabel. You know, we know this guy, our part owner, you know, Brady knows this guy. and he has a winning pedigree. Now he gets here. He's going to have good players. Maybe he brings a team along, and I'll keep AP as the head defensive coordinator. Should the other defensive coordinator leave, and it's looking like he may well leave. So if he does, you could just put AP. That's a huge bump up still as far as a raise. If he goes from linebackers coach to defensive coordinator, he'll get a huge bump up. And so where's the shame in that? So I could see where AP would slide. I could see that scenario. I don't know that that's how Mark would play it, because Mark's a wild card. Sometimes he does what we think he should, and other times he's all over the grind. Appreciate the question. Let's see. Troy Gill, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Stephen Marchant, what's up? Welcome. Michael Purifoy in the house. Michael, I'm so glad your daughter is posting. She's so cute. I just love her. Matt Marinovich, Max supporting AP as coach on YouTube. Yeah, it happened today or maybe yesterday, but I don't know that factors in, guys. Remember, right when John Gruden came in the door, okay, and he wanted to start his career again with the Raiders, okay, the second time, he came right in and said, Khalil Mack is gone. And we all freaked out, and there was an earthquake, and the heavens shook, and angels cried. And Mark still pulled the trigger, okay? So if he'll do that to Max, I promise you. Now, having said that, they may consider us. See, we look like a good team, and you see us on paper, we look like a good team, and I think we are. The problem is you can make the argument that we're a good team that's not good enough to get to a Super Bowl. In other words, next year we can get to the playoffs, but does that mean we'll win? I can be the biggest rah-rah guy for the Raiders you want. I mean, this is a birthmark, not a tattoo. I didn't pay for it. But the truth is, I know we're good, but we all say, hey, we may need to get a little bit more depth, on defensive end, and, we need some cornerbacks, and, can we get another, defensive tackle / nose tackle, right at the point of attack on the defense and so on, help Max Crosby get loose. See, there's lots of little things we can do, even though we do have a roster full of guys that, look pretty good in Devontae Adams and Meyer and so on. In the receiving crew, I mean, Josh Jacobs, come on. Amir Abdullah is looking great. And I mean, don't get me started. Zamir White, Zeus, he's been looking great. So, but there's still no telling what we're going to do next. But Max supporting the team, in my opinion, that doesn't sway Mark's decision. It just doesn't. We can talk about what he said. It's interesting, but that's not going to make up Mark's decision. Nubbin ain't loving. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Corinna, true. Hello. What's up, love? Welcome to the show. Heather Mendez. Hi. Right back to you. General manager candidate Ed Dodds was in the building yesterday. Yes, he was. I think we actually had more than that, though, didn't we? No, that's my other article I was looking at. No, not that one. Yeah, and also the Titans are showing real interest in AP. So we better, go ahead and make this deal, because if we don't, he may end up making it with someone else. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. Whoops. Okay, that. I have way too many, way too many pages open right now. But yeah, the Titans are trying to sneak up and maybe do that and get him interested enough in that job that he might take that. There's just no way to tell. Oh, there he is. Get in here. Oh, Tay2 in the house. Check him out.
Raiders. Tay2X. Don't forget the X.
Tay2X.
All streaming platforms.
Oh, it's my young star in the making. He got invited to a podcast in this big story with some big guy. So it's going to be pretty big. He's got like 1 million followers or so. Whoops. I'm sure she does, Michael Purifoy. I'm sure she does. Corinna, everyone's still shook about Khalil Mack when you consider he just finished his last season with the Chargers at 35 years old and still killing it, still getting sacks, still throwing dudes. He's not doing it like he used to, exactly. But that's maybe the difference of 3 or 4 sacks. You know what I mean? So instead of getting 15, he might give you 10 or 12. I'll take that. Jason Scott Brown, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Okay, so real quick before I continue to call out hellos and say what's ups, I wanted to read a little bit of information I have for you today. It's about the draft picks coming up, and I thought this was interesting about the NBA draft, NBA, listen to me, the NFL draft, and what the people and teams are going to do ahead of us. Now, I'm looking at the Chicago Bears. We know that they go first. But it also says right here, I want to read this note to you. The biggest question is whether they will keep quarterback Justin Fields. Now, that's not a question anymore. We know now they're probably going to let him go. They're shopping him. You don't shop a guy because once you shop him, technically you've embarrassed that player. Because if that player has never been anywhere but your team, he's your franchise guy. But now you're saying to everyone, hey, anyone want this? Anyone want this? So that's kind of disrespectful when you think of it that way. Oh, man. So they're going to make a move there, I'm pretty sure. The way Fields played since the thumb injury in week 11 brings up a real debate about whether Chicago should let him go. So there's some, hemming and hawing because he did have one of the best seasons of his career while they were considering getting rid of him all along. Okay, Washington. They're basically talking about a new coach coming in, and is he going to like the Raiders, Redskins? Okay. I'm going to start over. The number 2 pick, the Washington Commanders, and their quarterback, Sam Howell. So they're going to have to come in with a new coach. Is he going to like Sam Howell, especially when he sees that same Sam Howell that was their starting quarterback led the league in interceptions? So what I'm getting at is by doing this with you guys and giving you this rapid information is because the Chicago Bears pick first, but they have too many things wrong with them to use that pick, even if they wanted to get Caleb Williams. And I don't think they do. I think Caleb Williams is a freakish athlete and everything else. But if you bring him into the league on a team that's really bad right now, like the Chicago Bears, and you're doing all this rebuilding around him, you're just going to have the same thing you had with Justin Fields, a lot of chaos. And maybe he develops in 3 or 4 years, which is what we're seeing in Justin Fields. And they're willing to give up on him. Why would it be any different than Caleb? So in my opinion, I think they're just waiting for someone to make them an offer they can't refuse, and they'll trade down. I don't think the Bears are going to go first. Okay, so number 2, the Washington Commanders. I said that about Sam Howell. What I brought up about their quarterback is when him leading the league in interceptions is if they still like him where he's progressing, they may skip on quarterback too. And they also are picking number 2 on a team that needs a ton of help. They only got 4 wins last year and 13 losses. So you need a lot of guys. So I'm predicting trade down again. Okay, so 3rd, New England Patriots, same issue. They're going to lose their head coach. Is Mac Jones? Belichick's left. Is Mac Jones the future? Is that kid number 4, on their team? I forget his name because it's weird. But but is he the guy? There's no way to know. But they'll probably let go of one or the other. Not going to keep both quarterbacks because one or the other is going to get sick of having to go back and forth. You know what I mean? And I would think that would be Mac Jones because more people are going to see more value in Mac Jones. I would keep the kid behind him because they were virtually identical with the numbers they put up throughout the year. Every time they switch back and forth between those 2 guys, they put up almost the exact same. Bailey Zappi, that's his name. Bailey Zappi is the backup to Mac Jones. And I could see where Bailey Zappi would be trusted to run the team, let Mac Jones go for a good trade number and draft down. Cardinals, same thing. 4 wins, draft down. They don't need a quarterback. They've already said they're probably going to stay with Kyler Murray. Los Angeles Chargers. Now, obviously, they have a great quarterback. They're not going to want a quarterback, so they're going to draft down. Now, do you see what's going on here? I have 1 drafting down. I have 2 drafting down. I have 3 drafting down. Now, the only way that doesn't happen is if one of them decides they need a quarterback. And I don't see it. And even if they do, probably only one of those 3, Bears, Commanders, New England. They're probably the only 3 that are going to look hard at quarterback because Arizona Cardinals have already said Kyler Murray's their guy. The Los Angeles Chargers, we already know they've got their starter of the future. Okay, now we get to number 6. We're already in number 6. So 6 is the New York Giants. Are they going to trade down? I think so because that guy Daboll, their coach, he knows they're good, but he's also a realist. He's that kind of coach that doesn't rah-rah even on camera. He will look at his fans on the camera and say, we stink at this and we stink at that and we need to get better. So offensive line, they need to get better. Wide receiver, they need to get better. They want to get another tight end. They want to get more offensive line. So there's a lot of things to happen for the New York Giants as well. So I could see them trading back because there's so much quality that you can find in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rounds. Why would you want to pay number 1 pick money? I'll be honest with you. This is probably the last year this is going to happen because the real problem is none of the teams, not any of the teams, like taking guys in the first round. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true because the talent from the talent coming through the nation, okay, the NCAAs, every year that talent pool gets better and better. Okay, but it isn't just the superstar studs like you think of Caleb Williams and he's going to be a stud starter. Okay, but there's probably 10 other quarterbacks, maybe more, that will come in that same draft. They'll just be picked in the third, fourth, and fifth, and those guys will be able to play. And the teams know that now. I mean, the Niners kid, he was a 7th round pick, dead last. The guy they call Mr. Irrelevant. And he's about to go to a Super Bowl. Did he have a good team around him? Sure. But that's not the point. Lots of teams have, a good team around a quarterback. We just put a good team around a young quarterback. And he did pretty good. Not for the whole year. Had we did it for the whole year, then we could make an argument. But okay, the Tennessee Titans. Now that's another one that they've given in. They even fired Mike Vrabel when all the press was stunned by that. They thought that they were going to hold on to Vrabel at least to use him as some kind of package, and they said no, you're fired. And I'll be honest with you, that gave me pause. No one's talking about this. I think I'm the only person talking about this. But when Mike Vrabel was fired, I immediately went, wait a minute. It shook me because everything I knew him, good coach, tough guy, locker room guy. The players love him. Doors open all the time. He's not a drill sergeant. He just wants guys to work hard. He says it to their face. He's tough. He's a former player that has multiple rings. So I just thought, man, and then he gets Travis Henry. He converts a wide receiver to a quarterback in Tannehill. Takes that guy. Well, he didn't convert him, but he converted just before he got to the Titans. He converted with the Miami Dolphins, which is just insane. Because I said over and over again, there's no way he's going to be able to convert to a quarterback full time. And then he did it and won a lot of games. Beat the Raiders on our last game in Oakland. Ooh, I hate Tannehill. Okay. So let's move forward. Number 8, the Atlanta Falcons. They have 7 wins. That's pretty good. So they're going to feel like they're close because you'd only have to flip 3 games for that to be a good season. You see what I'm saying? Because then you're 10-7. But they'll probably go quarterback for sure. Which one I don't know, but they'll go for quarterback. At number 8, the Falcons will pick a quarterback. So I would guess we would only have 1, maybe 2 tops off the board because the Washington Commanders may not like Sam Howell going forward. He's basically their AOC. So are they going to give him more time? We'll see. Okay, so we did Atlanta. That was number 8. Number 9 is the Chicago Bears' second number 1 pick. Now, this is where I think they might actually pick. I don't think they may trade down there. I think they're going to trade down from 1 to somewhere else, but that trade down will probably still be in the first round. So it could be like the New York Jets, the Minnesota Vikings pick at 11. They might from 11 want to jump up to 1. So if the Chicago Bears make that deal, they would have 9 and 11. Those are still huge picks that you can make right there in the first round and get really high quality talent and yet rake the Vikings over the coals. Because if you're giving them your number 1, they have to give you their number 1 plus some. So it would be like a 1, a future 1 in 2005, 25, and a 6th round draft pick. You know what I mean? We would get all that plus their first. Okay, so number 9, Bears pick there. Number 10, New York Jets. The Jets, obviously, they're in a bad position because you've got the little blonde-haired Power Ranger. Moved back down to second place. Then you get Aaron Rodgers. Then Aaron Rodgers blows out his ego, or I mean his Achilles, and couldn't play, and then wanted to make the entire sports news cycle about them. About him. Shut up. 11, Minnesota, you heard me say. I think Minnesota might make a move because I thought Minnesota was actually going to be a pretty good team this year. And then when they lost their quarterback, they were still fighting. You could tell the team that the team is gelled, as far as the offense, the defense, they're all behind the quarterback. I mean, excuse me, they're all behind the coach. So when their quarterback went down, it hurt him. But Kirk Cousins will be back. This is a tough guy. Number 12, the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos need things across the board. But I would argue they pick 1 pick before us. They're probably going to pick some quarterback. I'm guessing they'll pick a quarterback because now with Russell matter of them working out the money in this, and then they're going to release him. And so we'll have only AOC. So we're going to see movement at quarterback because the Raiders are desperate to find a veteran quarterback. And you heard it here first. They do not want to go into the season with Aiden O'Connell throwing the rock. And it's not because they don't trust him. It's not because he's not good enough. It's because he's just young. And he could end up messing with his confidence if we put him out there and say, go win every game. Come on, you can do it. Travis Kelly, hey, Bear, do you think Max and some of the other players are serious about asking for a trade if we don't bring back AP? I think they're serious, but I think they're also seriously mistaken because they're trying to use leverage they don't have. So, Robert Cortez, what's up? Welcome to the show. Jay Alvarez, I see you there. Jesse Parker, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. What's up, Raider Bear? This is your Padawan. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the laugh. Travis Kelly, Mahomes' helmet just cracked open. It's so cold. Oh, man. Travis is always having me laughing. Steven and Sonia Navarro, what's up? Welcome to the show. Okay, here we go. Matt Marinovich got a good question for me. Will Caleb Williams' list of teams, the only one that needs a quarterback is the Raiders? Maybe they can get a discount in trading up to number one. That's possible. There's nothing against the idea of us moving to number one and wanting to get Caleb Williams. If we do that, it gets interesting. See, for all of you that have your difference of opinion of Caleb Williams, of what you've seen, and I know a lot of you do. There are some of you that have even said to me on my show more than once that he ain't the guy, that he throws interceptions sometimes. He's kind of wild with the ball, doesn't read his progressions. At one point, I apologize if I'm wrong about this, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't he go 5-1 and then go 1-5 after that during the season? I can't remember exactly, but I remembered it was kind of surprising. He lost like 4 games in a row. I don't have any problem with that. I don't have any problem with that at all. You have to understand when they're at the college level, they're just learning and showing us what they can do at the college level. The NFL doesn't care about any of that. All they're looking for out of the college kids is potential. Now, potential can be demonstrated in highlights. You know what I mean? If you have lots of highlights, you're a great player, you should make a package of your highlights like all these kids do and put it on YouTube and let the coaches see that. But what they're determining is what if they can work with you or not. And I don't mean to demean the players, but I just want to use this example so everyone understands what I mean even more clear. If a billionaire wants to buy racehorses, okay, he usually has a man with him that knows horses. So you go to whoever's ranch that's selling this horse or whatever auction. And when you look at that horse and you watch video of how it runs, he can determine, the expert for the rich guy, hey, do we want to make this move? Is that horse a winner for us? And the trainer will say, no, I saw this in his leg and, he's got a bad knee. And when I squeezed it, the horse neighed. We shouldn't do that. Okay. So it's that kind of thing. But I think honestly that's what this is. That's why the combine, for crying out loud, they have them down to their underwear, taking their measurements and then having them run all these drills and what's your 40 time? Why? If they just played football for a year or more, showed you what they can do, but now we need to break you down. Well, that's why, because they want to really break you down. Like they're looking at a full thoroughbred horse, and it makes a difference. And I think that there's a chance we could move up just with that idea. If Tom Brady gets in Mark Davis's ear, it'll happen. I mean, I hate to say that, but if he gets in if Tom Brady gets in Mark Davis's ear, we're going to end up with Caleb Williams. And I don't have a problem with that. I think Caleb Williams may not be exactly the best quarterback in this draft, but I think that his arm and Devontae Adams and our running game and our defense could make up all of that like that. You know what I mean? Plus, you have Aiden O'Connell in the back seat, number 2 quarterback. Something goes wrong with Caleb, you pull him. No big deal. Yeah, Anna Diaz. Some people don't have any sense, even though they have kids. Good evening, brother. Hope you're having a great day. I am having a great day, Larry. I appreciate you checking in. Larry Brooks Jr. Appreciate that. Any word on how the interviews went Raider Bear? No, but Carlos, I can tell you this: no news reporter ever gets news about how a meeting goes unless the guy coming out of the meeting stops and gives you an interview. Then there's no way we know. You could look at their Twitter, that sort of thing, but that's really it, and that's if they tweet. But I would say this: if there was someone we interviewed and then we see them leave Las Vegas and interview somewhere else, we don't have them because they'll never leave the building. There's an old saying: if they come in for a visit and they leave the building, you don't have them. You remember how Rich Gannon got a real, he had this like itch in his mind that he should be the offensive coordinator for the Raiders or maybe the head quarterbacks coach or something like that. And then he flew in, and Rich Gannon saw what he had to do and saw John Gruden and what he was doing. And he got back on his plane and fly home. I swear to God, it's a true story. Rich Gannon got to the airport, took his cell phone and went boop, 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 boop. And he goes, yeah, I quit. This is too hard. I don't want to get up that early in the morning and stuff. Steven Shaw, what's up? Welcome to the show. Jay Alvarez, what's up? Alex Wisely, good to see you, brother. All is very well, brother. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good. Daryl Foster, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Jose Reyes, that's a badass hoodie bear. Ah, like the love. Appreciate that. Wait a minute. Look, and I'm all blinged up too tonight. Oh, look, don't miss me, okay? I still have. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, don't miss me, okay? I still have 2. I think I have 2 left. R8RBEAR family page, the baddest bullying chain in the business. And it even looks like my logo with the bear-shaped mouth and everything. So, and the eye patch, so it's different from the Raiders logo. Take a look, see? You look at them side by side, totally different. Don't sue me, Raiders. Please. I'm kidding. I already did all that. I really did. I did all that. They actually emailed me once. And they sent me this thing. Some woman that worked in their executive, human resources sent me a letter and an email. And she said, we will send a cease and desist order if you're using our logo. And I said, I'm not. I'll send you mine. And so I sent them mine. And then I wrote a little page just basically saying, there's no disrespect here. And I definitely don't want to go to court with you. So if you have a problem with me doing this, just let me know and I'll stop. And a little while went by. It was like a day or 2, maybe 3. And then I got an email from them saying, okay, we've confirmed that the logo is different enough that no one's going to associate with that necessarily with the Raiders. You're just using it to associate it to you as the bear. I was like, wow, I should have put it that way. First, I thought she was going to take me to court, and then she acted like my lawyer. It was pretty cool, but at least I got out of that one. Anna Diaz Rincon, Mac is going to definitely hit free agency because we saw what happened with the Chargers, and there's no way their owner is going to want to give him some huge bump up while he's probably going to have to reset this team. He's definitely getting a new coach. That means, and you know how it is when a coach quits. Oftentimes they take the offensive coordinator staff with them or the defensive coordinator staff with them, or maybe just the 2 head coaches of that staff. Things like that happen. So there's no way to know how the Chargers are going to land, if they're going to land on their feet or not and be a good team in the next couple of years. But I would say it's no. I really would, because like Derwin James, their safety, Derwin James, all pro, super just dope player. He's getting a little bit older now. You had him for 3-4 years now, and they just haven't been able to capitalize on him as such a great defensive leader at safety, and they haven't been able to do anything with it. So I think Mac is gone. I think they're going to change a lot of other things with the Chargers too. Travis Kelly, man bear, Houston really hit last draft with Stroud and Will. And yeah, the Raiders need to hit on something good this draft. Really hope we bring AP back. He knows talent when he sees it. That Jack Jones move was legit. Yeah, I got to say that was. And the Mike Vrabel thing has me concerned. See, because normally when a coach is out there and they're available to be signed, if there's a bridge to a certain team, you will take that bridge as a player or a coach because you feel like that may be more comfortable for me. Well, Vrabel and Tom Brady used to be, teammates and good friends, for what I understand. And so now you could bring in Mike Vrabel. He has part of the ownership as a friend that he can reach out to, he can talk to. He doesn't have to go to Mark Davis directly, and he'll have a comfort level there. If I'm Mike Vrabel, I don't think you're going to fire me in 4 years, no matter what I do, because I've got Tom Brady as part ownership, and he's going to say to Mark Davis, no, don't fire him. We need to be patient. We need to build the team around him. He's a smart coach. And that's right. Mike Vrabel is a smart coach. So if he wasn't able to get us to win right away, I don't know that we could blame that on him. You know what I mean? He's already shown that he can go out to Tennessee with a mess okay, with just nothing but lettuce and top ramen and makes it look like it's lobster. You know what I mean? Troy Gill, I know the Ed Dobbs interview is happening, but I also think that that might be, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he's black, isn't he? I can't remember I mean, for sure, but I think he is. I think that might be more Rooney Rule stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I think we're going to go with Ed Dobbs, especially when we've never heard anything about this guy. I've never heard anything said about Ed Dobbs other than that he was available. NFL rumors, Raiders, Bleacher Report interview, Colts, Ed Dobbs. While most of the attention is being paid to the Las Vegas Raiders, search of a new head coach, this first priority. Okay, I'm going to check this out. No, okay, no, he's a white guy, or he might be mixed, but he's definitely not black. Let me see. Ian Rappaport, the Raiders have interviews scheduled for the Colts assistant general manager Ed Dobbs and Buffalo Bills director of player personnel Terrence Gray. Well, I like that too. I mean, if you look at the Buffalo Bills, they have a hell of a roster. So I would look at Terrence Gray for their vacant GM. And we interviewed him, so there's that. Let's see. Ian Rappaport noted that the Raiders interim general manager Champ Kelly has an interview scheduled with the team on Saturday. So essentially today. So he's getting his interview today. Cincinnati Bengals senior personnel executive Trey Brown and Denver Broncos executive director of football operations Kelly Klein Van Callaghan have already completed interviews with the Raiders this week. So again, that's Trey Brown, okay, personnel executive of the Cincinnati Bengals, Denver Broncos executive director of football operations Kelly Klein Van Callaghan, and they have had those interviews already. So that's a lot of interviews without coming up with a name. A lot of quality people that know the business, and we didn't select them. We just gave them interviews, and we gave them those interviews before champs. I like that. Mark Davis may see those 7 interviews and say to himself, I don't like any of them better than Champ. I think Champ is quality. I think he's ready to go. I think there were a couple of my interviews that were really good, but I still didn't get a feel that they can do a better job than Champ. Now, hopefully he sees it that way. You know, we're all Raider fans. You know, we love our players. We love our office people, especially if we see them getting the job done. But does that mean that they'll get the job? We'll see soon enough. Candace Williams, what's up? Welcome to the show. Jose Tariquez said, what'll be the asking price for a first round pick? It would be whatever your first round pick is, maybe even a late first. So, like, for example, if you had the 13th pick or 11th pick, like we do, and then you had the 28th pick, we'd have to give both of those up to go all the way up to number 1. Maybe if it was like 5 or 6, maybe you only give up 1 first round pick, but number 1, you give up 2 first round picks. So there would be this year's first round pick and another if we have one, or this year's first round pick and next year's first round pick, and then a second, or let's say a 3rd pick this year and a 3rd pick in 2025. That's what it would look like. A good negotiator would get that. Uriel Gonzalez, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Ronaldo Garcia, what's up with you, brother? Good to see you. Sub Bear, no jokes. Mahomes' helmet really did crack open. Well, whoever committed to that hit and did that kind of damage to them, I salute them. We beat the Chiefs. Never gets old. Anna Diaz Rincon. CW is a good player. We just too much of a diva. Yeah. We will get Daniels from ISU. Well, LSU if AP is hired coach. Bill Cox. That's logic. I would back that up. I would back up your logic there. He's already said that, you know, he knows guys throughout the league, guys that came out of the NCAAs, you know, AP knows real well. So yeah, I would agree. He would probably do that. Gail Johnson Bishop, what's up? Welcome to the show. I'm super serious. I'm always serious while I'm telling jokes. Welcome to the show, Gail. I love that name, Gail. That's pretty. Jay Alvarez, what's up? What's up, Jay's dad? Good to see you. What do you think of David Shaw as our OC with head coach AP? Okay. What do I think of it? I think that if AP can work with David Shaw, you know what I mean? Because even if they like know each other, they still have to work together. If they can do that, you know, I like it. but there's a lot of coaches out there that we could find combinations like that with. That's why I answered that question hesitantly, because there's a lot of guys, we're going to end up looking at. No telling where we're going to go. Anna Diaz, my crack reporter. Fox 5 said they are patiently waiting for the news. Yes. Dennis Leach, I'm pretty well comfortable in telling you that Jim Harbaugh is just using the Raiders for leverage. All that stuff you see on TikTok and him holding up signs that say Raiders and, real men wear black. Most of that's probably just Photoshop. Photoshop created. And as far as I'm concerned, Jim Harbaugh is either trying to get the university to give him a better paycheck because he has leverage, because he just won a championship with them. So if they were ever going to give him a raise, it's now. But maybe Harbaugh wants that raise to be a little bigger. So he threatens, I'll go to the NFL and get NFL money if you won't pay me, which is probably going to make Michigan pay him, and he'll just go back to school for 4 more years. But I mean, that's what I would do personally. I mean, he just won the national title. He has an invisibility. He has a bulletproof, you know what I mean? You can't see an invisible bubble around him that's impenetrable. You know what I mean? Because when you win the state title like that, the university and the athletic director and all that, they'll usually give you 3-4 years of just, let's go, he's our champ, blah, blah, blah. And then if he keeps losing after that, then they fire you. Carlos Magana, what's up? Welcome to the show again. Raider Miguel said, if you want to make the playoffs, win consistently, win the Super Bowl, you hire Jim Harbaugh. Best coach available. I understand AP is a Raider, but he's not a proven winner, and Jim Harbaugh is. Raider Miguel, welcome to the show, brother. Honestly, I can't say it that matter of fact like you're saying it. I don't agree with that. I think Harbaugh was a winner to a certain extent, but it always seems to be with a built team. If you even look at what he did in Michigan, he was all right, but he didn't just win it all. He lost a lot to Ohio State, his arch rival, and more important, and that's at the college level, And with the Niners, with Colin Kaepernick, he did a few things, you know what I mean? But he didn't win. He got him there, but he didn't win. And I don't know how to feel about that. You know what I mean? I know that Harbaugh made it there. He almost made it there following year. And I would blame most of that on his team's inability to win, certain close games and, the whole Kaepernick thing. But long story short, I'm not a Harbaugh guy, not even a little. And I can tell you, I know this for a fact, that what he does is he hires the best staff. He puts those guys around him and he wins. That's what he does. Now, everything that Jim Harbaugh does on his own is just rah-rah stuff. Win one for the Gipper. Do it for Rudy. Great movie. You got to see that. I heard all the official hires won't happen until after January 22nd. Correct. But they are still going to do reporting, just like I am, of who has the interviews, where did they go. That at least gives you an idea of who it might be that they pick, because there's going to be a lot of people that they don't interview. And for example, I would be surprised if the Raiders never actually interviewed Eric Bieniemy. And I think that's stupid. But at the same time, you're not going to interview every single coach, are you? At some point they're going to say, okay, we're going to look at this list of 5 guys, maybe 6 guys. And if Eric Bieniemy ain't on it, so what? There's a lot of other coaches. But Eric Bieniemy, I think, is way more proven than a Jim Harbaugh. Candace Williams said, love the necklace. Appreciate that. Candace Williams, I'll have to send you my PayPal. I got a couple left. Tanamuku, there's an idea. Could work. Yeah. Just reading everybody's questions. Good evening, Raider Bear family. I missed you guys. I appreciate that, Chris Moffitt. Welcome to the show. Cool profile pic. When I get my chain, I'm going to do the Silverton and take a picture next to the Bears. I'll be wearing my shirt as well. Nice. Anna Diaz, Ringo. I can't wait. Is there a chance Mac could be coming back? Yes, there could be a chance of that. It only makes sense. You know what I mean? But will he? I don't know. In my opinion, if I'm Khalil Mack, he still demands a fairly high, contract. He's older. I get all that, but it's Khalil Mack, man. I don't know anyone in the league that doesn't say it's Khalil Mack, man. You gotta pay that guy, man. Ray McClain, we're rebuilding when they traded up for the Mahomes. Not all teams that take a quarterback in the first round are rebuilding. Well, Ray McClain, I can agree with that. You meant to say Queefs. Okay. Raider Miguel does not agree with the Raider Bear. Hire Jim Harbaugh now. Bill Cox, I don't know if the Chiefs are going to win. This is the most vulnerable they've looked to me in a long time. I think there's a very good chance that whoever they play in the Super Bowl, they could lose. In other words, like, who cares if they get there? As long as they don't win in Vegas, we're good. Saw online that several Titans fans didn't want Vrabel back. Well, Tana, he's been there, you know what I mean? And he's won some and he's lost some. And so to their fans, he's, you know what I mean? When in reality, they don't know what they have, because Mike Vrabel was working with very inferior talent and still holding his own. Okay, let's see. I also saw that Champ's interview went as planned, whatever that means. Yeah, it went off as planned, but he's supposed to have another one. I think he was supposed to have another one today. So I don't know. I don't know that whether it went off, without a hitch means anything. I don't know. Mahomes and Stroud are outliers. Rookie quarterbacks typically struggle mightily. Sure. Once the Raiders announce the GM, then the head coach will be announced right after. Agreed. And honestly, I could see a scenario where Mark Davis just goes with the fans and just puts Champ in there, puts AP in there, and says, let's roll. Because they wanted to do it with Bisaccia, but I didn't think that would have been a smart decision. And I think other people got to Mark and said, this guy was just a special teams coach. Everywhere he's gone, special teams coach. Never coached head coach, not even a linebackers coach. And I'm not burying Rich Bisaccia. I'm not trying to insult him in any way. I'm just realistically reading his resume. It wasn't there. You know what I mean? This was not a tactician that halftime is going to know how to make adjustments to what the other team's doing to us. This was a, special teams coordinator. And so I didn't like the idea of that with Bisaccia at all. The rumors are true about Max Tone Saveka. He did say that I would ask for a trade if they don't give AP the job. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't know why everyone's tripping. And more importantly, if they don't pick AP, I don't think that guarantees he's going to, ask for a trade. I don't think that guarantees that, because he may get talked down off the wall. Matt Marinovich, that's what I read as well. Frank Zander, AP head coach, Kelly GM, and bring in Kellen Moore OC. I agree with everything except for that Kellen Moore thing. Kellen Moore, he struggled both with Dallas and the Chargers. Although, Frank, I would say this. When he had talent in Dallas, that offense was fairly effective. And then when he got to the Chargers, the team just broke down. So it made it look like his offense wasn't working. But I don't know. I know. I remember Kellen Moore when he came out and he got his job. And I thought he was a smart kid, but he was just never able to do anything in Dallas. Raider Miguel, what's up? Welcome to the show. Michael Fortune. Okay, Jim Garrison, the Queefs are going to win tonight, but I would bet they lose in the next round and don't even make it to the Super Bowl. They don't look too good this year. Yeah, see, you're hearing me, Jim, and I completely agree with that. This is not the same Chiefs team. It's not, guys. And when they lost Romeo Crennel, it hurt. And then now when you watch Chiefs games all this season, you see Andy Reid back with his big white folder board with all the colored plays to call. That was the thing the owner was saying almost got him fired. If you go back 4 or 5 years, I'm telling you, he was actually threatening Andy Reid's job. This was before Pat Mahomes had won anything. He was just on the team. And so the owner said, knock it off. I'm going to hire someone. They hired Romeo Crennel Eric Bieniemy. They hired Eric Bieniemy, and then Eric Bieniemy came in and was great. He was just translating and, making adjustments to what Andy Reid wanted to do, and it was beautiful. Now he took that with him to Washington, and it's not working because he's got a rookie quarterback. But is it, you know what I mean? Is it the offense or is it the rookie quarterback? It's hard to tell sometimes. That's why it would be a decent idea. Attention, KC Queefs, just like there is no crying in baseball, there's no winning in Las Vegas. Oh, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Corinna Trujillo. We'll put that one together. She put foots in them. Woody Brown, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. What's the score right now? I'm watching hockey. I'm not watching the game. I'm in my office here doing my thing. The league's going to milk this Taylor Swift train for all it's worth. I don't know, Travis. If you had gotten that in before Corinna Trillo, I would have said that's the comment of the night. We'll call it a tie. Kidding. Corinna wins. Always goes for the ladies, the Raiderettes in my show. When AP gets the job, who do you think we should get for an OC? I would reach out to Ben Johnson. I've been saying his name for a while. I think Ben Johnson of the Lions is going to be great. It just matters where he's going to end up. If Ben Johnson were going to be a head coach somewhere, whatever team he landed on, I would tell you, watch that team. That team's going to start winning. I like Ben Johnson. I've seen his interviews. I've seen what he's done with the Lions. Now he's available contract-wise. I would swoop on that hard. Because if you guys think the Miami Dolphins and the Niners have creative offenses, look at what the Lions have been doing with this guy. I would take Ben Johnson. I'm just saying. And I tell you to watch where he goes as far as his career, whether he re-signs with the Lions or he goes to the Vikings or something like that, Green Bay, wherever he goes. Just remember I told you, Ben Johnson. He's gonna change things. Hey, that guy, he has innovative offense. I like how he calls plays. Yoko Swifty. Like it. Jim Garrison, 26-7 Chiefs. 10 minutes left in the game. Raider Goon. What's up, Raider Goon? That's my guy right there. Raiders! Whoop, whoop. I can't do the whoop whoop. That's Mama Bear's thing. All right, guys. I hope you appreciated this special Saturday workout for me. Alexa, resume. Alexa. Now she can't hear me. Alexa, volume down too. Calm down. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force. For all you do, the energy and love of this show is dedicated, active, and veteran from Mama Bear and the Raider Bear and my pooches. Much love. I appreciate you all tuning in. Mama Bear looks gorgeous, so I got to go. It's my weekend.
We're getting spanked by Milwaukee Bucks.
Our Warriors are losing too.
11-14.
Oh, my big boy. My big boy. Say bye, man. Say bye-bye. No, don't give me